Today we're going to make a quick and easy DIY fall grapevine wreath. Welcome to Stillwater's Wreath Designs. Come on in. Hey friends, it's Nikki here with Stillwater's Wreath Designs. How are you? Come on in. Today we're going to make a really cute and super quick and easy fall grapevine wreath. Let me just take a quick moment to say welcome to the new folks here on the channel. Stillwaters is all about step-by-step wreath tutorials and door swags. We've got new tutorials uploading every single week. So if you like that sort of thing, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and create with us. And for my friends that have been here on the channel for a while, I'm so happy you're back. I'll be sure to leave a full materials and tools list for you below in the description of this video, so that if you'd like to recreate it, you can sure do so. And if you would just rather purchase the wreath that we make in today's video, it will be for sale. There will be a link in the video while it lasts. All right, let's dive in. We're going to use this really cute welcome to our home fall sign. This actually came from Hobby Lobby. Go ahead and have your glue gun plugged in and ready to go before we give this project a start. I'm just going to cut off this twine hanger. We don't need that. We're just going to quickly prep our sign here, friends, so that it can be drying. The glue can be drying while we prepare our grapevine. What we're going to use today are some 1-inch mounting brackets. Here's a quick view of the top and the bottom. If you're new to wreath making and not familiar with mounting brackets, they're basically a wreath maker's best friend. So they come in, I think, quantities of 100 for just a few dollars, and they're 1-inch by 1-inch square. There are holes all the way around this bracket so that you can run your pipe cleaner, your floral wire stems, or whatever you're using to attach your sign or embellishments down into your wreath. And then the back side is just some super sticky 3M tape. So I'm just going to put one on each side as far to the edge as I can get it. And with mounting brackets, guys, you don't need to worry about it being square or straight. Nobody's ever going to see it. So I'm just adding that to my sign and giving it a good long push here. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. After I've given those both a good push, I'm going to take my hot glue gun and just run a quick bead of glue all the way around both of those brackets. Just gives it a little bit of extra strength and stability. Perfect. And now we'll set this guy off to the side to dry while we prep our base. So we're going to build the wreath on an 18-inch round grapevine wreath base. All of the supplies that we use today for this wreath, friends, is from Hobby Lobby. And I've already cleaned and prepped my wreath. And by clean and prep, all I do is run through my wreath, pull off any loose things, go ahead and trim off any extra twigs that are a little bit too long for my liking. Looks like I missed one, and toss those away. For this next part, you're going to need a handful of zip ties, thinner gauge floral wire, or pipe cleaners. And we're actually going to use, this is what makes this method kind of a quick and easy method, guys. We're going to use a 6-foot fall garland. I'm hoping the camera's capturing this for you well. There's lots of different colors of leaves, some fall berries, and some different sizes of acorns on a really nice wire base. This is a 6-foot long garland. And so when I'm using a garland method for my quick and easy wreaths, I always start at the bottom. I've just grabbed some 6-inch zip ties. Again, you could use floral wire or pipe cleaners if that's easier. And we're going to place the sign directly in the center here, friends. So we're going to need the garland to go all the way around the grapevine. Now, if you wanted to put your sign off to the side, you could sure do that. Just make sure you leave a little bit of a clearing for wherever you'd like to add that sign in. And so all I'm going to do here, guys, is take my garland. It's going to be in the center of the grapevine all the way around. And we're just going to zip tie this guy in. And I like to run my zip ties where I can safely hide them. And so you just want to run them through the grapevine, not around. That way your customer or your guests don't see the mechanics of your wreath. And you want to make sure you're cinching them down pretty good. And then you'll just use a good pair of scissors or your small snips to trim off that excess bit of zip tie or floral wire or chenille stems, whatever you've decided to use. And I'm going to add a zip tie about every 6 to 8 inches. So we're going to take just a couple of minutes here to get this wrapped all the way around here. So once you get to the last little bit here where you're going to fasten down your garland, just kind of eyeball where you want that to end. And then with your heavy duty cutters, go ahead and trim off that tail end, which is about a foot or so, of your garland and set it off to the side. And then we'll just anchor this last bit down onto the grapevine base, making sure it's nice and tucked away. All right, guys, so now we've got our garland secured down onto the grapevine base, and that's all we've done. So this is what it looks like at this point. Still looking the same from the back. And remember that these garlands from Hobby Lobby are on a wire spine. So take a couple of minutes and just go through the garland and fluff out your leaves and berries and acorns so that they're all laying nicely, pointing in a good direction, and you're happy with the placement. And you want to make sure, as you're bending these pieces around, that you're covering up or ensuring that they're covered. The zip ties or floral wire or whatever you used to anchor down your garland. So I'm just spreading them apart, giving them a nice flow, making sure all those cute little acorns are popped up. And remember, you can fluff out and up. How stinking cute is this at this point, guys? What an easy way to fill out, or beginning filling out, a wreath base. Now remember, we've still got this foot of leftover garland. You can save this for another project. I'm going to actually keep it off to the side, and we might break that down and use some of these pieces as filler for our wreath. So go ahead and grab your sign. At this point, it should be nice and dry, and we need to get this guy anchored down into our wreath. And so I'm going to flip that over so that the mounting brackets are facing us. I would recommend using some thinner gauge floral wire stems. This is what floral wire stems look like, friends. They actually come in bulk from Amazon. These are 20 gauge and they're 16 inches in length, and I find that they are perfect for nearly any embellishment or sign addition. And so all you're going to do is take your floral wire stem. Also, you could use just floral wire from a spool if that's what you have available. You could use a longer zip tie. You could even use pipe cleaners or chenille stems if that's easier. I just bend that guy in half so that that center point of the V has been identified, and I know that we're at the center of our stem here. I run it through that bracket and give it a couple of loose twists just so it doesn't slide out. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Once you've got those floral wire stems attached to your brackets nicely, you're just going to flip that guy over, center your sign where you'd like to place it on your wreath. Pay attention to your foliage, friends, and choose, you know, what you'd like to be top versus bottom here. And we're going to just run those floral wires right through, not around. Nobody wants to see the mechanics of the wreath. Right through the grapevine. And I recommend doing one side at a time so that you can ensure that your sign stays nice and centered and anchored down nicely. All right, friends, once your sign is fairly centered, before you finish anchoring that down, go ahead and take a minute, and any of this swag that has gotten tucked away underneath the sign, just go ahead and pull that free so that it doesn't cinch down. Hang on to that sign one more time and give it a flip. And now you can really cinch down those wires. So just go ahead and give each of those wires 4 or 5 tight twists. And then use your small snips and trim off that excess bit. You can go ahead and throw those bits away or repurpose them if you'd like. And then I'm going to grab my needle nose pliers and just pinch those ends together and kind of curl them back into the wreath. That way, when we grab it, those ends won't poke us or our customers, nor will they scratch our door. So again, any of your prettiness got moved around or accidentally pushed to the side when you added your sign in, just go ahead and make sure that's fluffed back out. And we're going to move on to the next step. I'm going to go ahead and trim down that last foot or so of the garland and repurpose it and use it as filler in our wreath. So I'm just going to kind of peel that. This is all just taped together with some pretty heavy duty floral tape. So give yourself some grace and peel off those picks that are inside that last foot. So you can trim these down as much or as little as you would like. And then we're just going to take a couple of minutes and look for any bare spots or less full than other spots throughout our wreath and get these guys glued down in. So you'll just take your pieces one by one. Now that you've got them separated and cleaned up, add a good inch or so bead of glue on those stems and just press them down into the weave of your grapevine. How stinking cute is this coming out, guys? So our last step is to add in a few of the small lightweight foam pumpkins. These also are from Hobby Lobby. And they're just a bag of decorative pieces. They come to you basically like this, different sizes. And so I'm going to add a few orange and a few white into our piece. And let me show you a wreath maker's pro tip. So anytime you're working with a floral bush and it's got a really heavy duty wired stem like this, go ahead and keep it. I just keep a jar of these off to the side of my work area, and let me show you why. These are great for making your own picks. So what we're going to do is determine where we would like it to be placed. I think right here looks good, and I'd like it to be an angle. And so on the back side of my pumpkin, I'm just going to poke this 3-inch piece of stem right down in there. I'm going to pull that guy back out. I'm going to put a pea-sized amount of hot glue there and then poke that guy right back in. And by doing that, that carries some of that glue down into the pumpkin to keep that pick from coming out. Then I'm going to run some glue all the way around that pick. to hold the pick about a quarter size amount, and then also give that some additional adherence right down onto our grapevine. And so I'm just going to clear my spot here and push that guy all the way down in, just like so. So now it's not only got that glue holding it in place, it's also got that pick that we just made. So I'm going to add a few of the pumpkins, a couple of white and a couple of orange around the wreath with this pick method. I've got my pumpkins added into my wreath, couple of orange and couple of white. It is looking super cute, and you could put a bow on this at this point if you wanted to do so, but I am really happy with it just as it is. And so I'm going to go ahead and stick this on my front door and take a picture for you so that you can see this beauty hanging. I hope you enjoyed creating with me today. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my little channel to grow. Thanks for spending time with me today, friends. Happy crafting.